Hi and welcome. I'm Lorelei of Nutritionelle. I'm a graduate student studying to become a registered dietitian, and today we're going to talk about proteins. Proteins are a macronutrient and essential to the diet. They're a little more complicated than carbohydrates or fats. So, I'm going to try not to get too sciencey, but do bear with me. There's a bit more detail coming. Our body is made of protein, from our muscles to the collagen in our skin. Even things like enzymes, antibodies, and sometimes hormones are proteins. Proteins are made from amino acids. This is a model of an amino acid. This would be the central carbon of the amino acid, and there are 4 groups. Every amino acid has an acid group, an amino group, which contains nitrogen, a hydrogen, and then this 4th group, which is sometimes called the R group or the side chain, is different for every one of the 20 amino acids, and this is how they are distinguished from each other. Our body uses these 20 amino acids to build all the proteins that it needs. Proteins are built of strings of long chains of amino acids containing hundreds to thousands of amino acids. Then those amino acids are bent, folded, twisted, they wrap back on each other. Sometimes there's multiple strings that connect. Proteins are very complicated structures, but their basic building block is the amino acid. The proteins that we eat, of course, also contain amino acids. 9 of the 20 amino acids are considered essential, meaning that we can't make them ourselves. We have to get them from our diet, or we won't have them for the body to build the proteins that it needs. Some of the proteins that we eat are complete, meaning that they contain all of these 9 essential amino acids. Complete proteins include animal products like meat, dairy, eggs. The only plant-based complete protein is soy, so foods like tofu and tempeh are also considered a source of complete protein. Other foods such as grains, vegetables, nuts, seeds, legumes contain protein as well. They just don't contain all 9 essential amino acids. They may be missing 1 or several of them. But do not fear, plant-based proteins are not all missing the same essential amino acid. So by eating a wide variety of foods, you can get all of your essential amino acids, even if you don't eat animal products. When you eat a protein, your body breaks down the bonds between these amino acids and then absorbs them as amino acids. Your body can't absorb whole proteins. They're just too big. So if you imagine that eating a protein such as gelatin is going to help your nails grow stronger because your fingernails contain gelatin, that's not really how it works. The body's going to absorb the protein as amino acids and then repurpose those amino acids into whatever proteins it needs. That said, if your body's not getting enough protein overall, one of the first things you might notice happening is your nails or your hair can start to become weak. Fortunately, because proteins are found in so many different foods, it's rare for a person who's consuming enough food to be deficient in protein. So how much protein does a person need to eat? Of course, it's going to vary from person to person. There is a bit of a rule of thumb that you can follow. So for every kilogram of healthy body weight, you should be consuming 0.8 grams of protein. So what does that mean? We generally weigh ourselves in pounds, so if you weigh yourself in pounds, you would need to convert that to kilograms, which you can do by dividing the number by 2.2. Healthy body weight, what does that mean? Well, protein is mostly making up the lean structure of our bodies, so if you are underweight or overweight, you're actually going to need to eat about the same amount of protein as someone who is of a normal weight of your same height. So you want to find the midpoint healthy range of weight for your height Divide that by 2.2 to get kilograms, and then multiply that by 0.8 to get about how many grams of protein you should consume in a day. Once you figure out about how much protein you want to eat, remember to divide it through your meals through the day. The body's going to use this protein most efficiently if it's getting it spaced out as opposed to all in one lump sum. Don't forget to count the protein from unexpected sources like potatoes and bread and greens. Again, a reminder, this is really just a rule of thumb and it's not going to be a precise or accurate measurement. So if you have any questions about how much protein you should have, you can ask your doctor or a dietitian and they can give you a more accurate calculation. Also, if you are bodybuilding or if you are healing from an injury or anything like that, your protein needs may be greater. Most people aren't going to take the time to count exactly how many grams of protein they're eating on a regular day. Know that most foods do contain protein, and chances are if you're consuming enough food and consuming a variety of foods, your protein needs are likely going to be met through your diet. If you have any other questions about proteins, if there's anything I clearly forgot to tell you, please leave me a message in the comment section below. Please like this video if you enjoyed the subject matter, share it, and I'd love to have you subscribe to my channel. Once again, I'm Nutritionelle, and I encourage you to eat well.